Nice AIDS. Nice AIDS. Nice AIDS. So we're gonna be looking at some of these So we're gonna be looking at some of these Is anybody on? Who's on? Anybody? Trevor Hoffman, 99 overall. Really good, closing pitcher here. I don't know if I'd take him though. I mean, what do you need? Oh, look at that arm strength, arm accuracy. But I don't know. I don't see a lot of need for a closing pitcher or a relief pitcher. Stamina 19, but Tony Gwynn, kind of disappointing that he's not a 99, because seems like a dude I would take in the draft. Here's Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds is 99 overall, 99 contact, 98 contact versus left. Power versus right is 99. Power versus left 99, discipline 98, clutch 96, vision 85. Pretty much the best hitter in the game. I'm not sure what Babe Ruth is for those stats, but I mean that's pretty great. I'm gonna see if anybody on KTL wants to get on the stream as I continue to talk. I'm gonna see if Yuke wants to get on. Anyways, so we just finished up with Barry Bonds, and now here's Christy Mathewson. When did he play? Christy Mathewson. I have to look it up. He played, oh shit, he played in the 1900s. Holy moly, this dude looks ancient. And he's a 99 overall. I don't know. I mean, this guy must have been some kind of machine. So that's Christy Matthews and 98, 96 stamina. I wouldn't take him just because, I mean, he's a soft thrower. 69 velo. I think Yuke's gonna get on the stream. Hopefully. So he's 69 velo. I don't know. He's an old man, but you know, someone might take him. Willie Mays here. Look at Willie Mays. Willie Mays. Look at him in comparison to Barry Bonds, and tell me you wouldn't rather want Mays. I mean, Barry Bonds, obviously he's the best hitter there, and if you need a DH, sure. But this dude, Barry Bonds, straight up can't field. Whereas, yeah, Willie Mays here. Willie Mays, I would take him over Barry Bonds, considering everybody's going to be 26. The contact, power, all around, and this dude's a fielding machine. Probably one of the best fielders in this draft, and of course he's a center fielder. That's his primary position. So when you get it, when you get that center fielder, it's like that's so much value. He's probably the best center fielder in baseball, better than Trout for sure. Willie Mays better than Trout. That's a guy. If you get him, good for you. I might call Uke. I'm gonna call Uke. Contacts. Where's Uke? I'll FaceTime him. Hey Uke.
Oh, what's up? I was just watching the stream.
Yeah, now you're in the stream too, bro.
Dude, how are
what?
the Yankees looking? The Yankees are looking loaded.
We're gonna get to them. So, are you on the stream as right now?
Yeah, I'm on it right now.
Okay, cool. So, I'm just gonna keep talking. We move on to Mel Ott, and we're only gonna do the 99s because I don't really see anybody else getting drafted, even though there's like William McCovey and such. Mel Ott is like a machine hitter, and he's kind of like Willie Mays light. I mean, if you look at this, like the stats side by side, he definitely is like Willie Mays light, and he's still a 99 overall. And I think if you look at the stats for Mel Ott, I'd say he's better than Barry Bonds. I think, like, I feel like 99 contact, 99 power, and everything that Barry Bonds has is overrated when you take out the fact that this dude, that Barry Bonds can't field, and he's just, if you're gonna,
I'd rather have Willie Mays.
Yeah. So like for these Giants 99, probably Mays, Ott, Bonds, Mathewson in that order. And
Dude,
then
this is gonna be a fun KTL thing.
I agree too. We're gonna move on here to the next team.
I wanted to do this for a long time.
So we got these Orioles here.
They're not horrible, man. They're like not bad.
And remember we're only drafting 2 legends, so I'm only gonna do the 99 overalls. We start with Frank Robinson here. Frank Robinson is
Legend.
Really good hitter. His stats are. His stats are kind of.
He was always a really good hitter.
He's kind of like another Willie Mays light in the sense that he's really amazing, but he's not as good as Willie Mays. Frank Robinson, I could see him maybe in the mid-late first round, early second round. We got Cal Ripken Jr. His value is going to be insane because of the fact that he doesn't have speed and he can't steal, but he's a shortstop, and the fielding ability that he has, like, a lot of people don't prioritize fielding that much, but Cal Ripken is just insane. Like, how many viewers we got on the stream right now? Just one? Uke?
I
Okay.
Yeah, it says won't watch it.
Ah, darn it. Anyways, I mean, you're getting this info. Well, info will be there, but yeah, Cal Ripken. This dude, I mean, he can field so well and he can hit so well. I think Cal Ripken should be a early first rounder for sure. Just looking at him, like at a glance, maybe 26 years old. Let's look at his potential actually. 95 potential from Cal Ripken. So that kind of depreciates the value a little bit. Wouldn't you say, Yuke?
It's not bad.
I mean, 95. I know Bruce is like a 99. So like for a legend to have a 95 potential, it's a little lower. But again, like what's the chances that a 26-year-old is going to regress too? So I wouldn't take too much I wouldn't take into account that too much, but we move on to the Red Sox. This team is good. This team is good.
They got Clemens, Fisk, Williams,
Roger Clemens.
Cy Young.
A lot of people don't know, like, we don't know, like in the CM chat, we don't know the value of pitchers, like when they're gonna go, because it's just, you don't look at like K9, H9, BB9, home run 9 and think, like, you don't think of it the same way as contact and power. But Roger Clemens, if any pitcher goes early, Clemens, 26-year-old Roger Clemens, 99 potential. I don't see his stats going up. Oh, someone just commented. I don't know who was it. I don't see his stats going up, but that's Roger Clemens. I think he's one of the best pitchers in the draft. Carlton Fisk. You know, we're gonna get to Mike Piazza soon, and not soon, but like later in this video we'll get to Piazza.
He's my favorite player of all time.
And Carlton Fisk, it's so hard. You can't put a price on like catchers like this, because you understand we don't have any catchers like this in the game right now. So Carlton Fisk, Mike Piazza, they're better than Posey, they're better than Contreras, they're better than any other catcher in the game. So guys like Fisk, and we'll get to Piazza, that's crazy value. Hi Sam, welcome to the stream. How are you doing, buddy? And then Ted Williams. Okay. Ted Williams. Look at this dude. He 99 contact. So like, and his vision's high. Vision matters.
Might be like the best hitter in the draft.
He's probably gonna be I think because of the vision being higher than Bonds, he could be the best contact hitter. The power's a little low. I mean low in the 80s. So he could still hit like 40 home runs. But the clutch at 95, that's important, because that means he can hit in the postseason and he can hit with runners in scoring position. And KTL is all about winning the badge, so the clutch hitting factor. The fielding isn't special and the speed isn't special. But he's just a pure contact guy. So I think Ted Williams, mid-early first round. Carl Yazzie.
Stremski.
Yes, Stremski, whatever. Not as good of a contact hitter as Williams, but definitely just comparable in pure value.
More better than Williams.
He's more versatile in the sense that Yaz has a secondary position, and he's just as clutch. As you can see, 95 to 95 clutch, and then the fielding is a lot better. The speed, he's a little faster, and however, stealing is lower. So Yaz and Williams approximately the same value, just because Williams is definitely marginally a better hitter. And then we get on to Cy Young. Cy Young, he's not gonna give up walks. Cy Young, and the K9 and the H9 are a little lower than I would have expected. He's definitely not the best pitcher out there, but we're gonna look at Yaz's pot, and then we'll look at 96 pot on Yaz, and then Cy Young is is a 98 pot. So Cy Young, 98 pot, 26-year-old. Um, 1 sec. I wanted to. And then, should we do the 97s on this roster or no?
I mean, Bob Stanley was always pretty solid.
Yeah, we'll look at him. I mean, but I also feel like no one's gonna go for relief pitching. Although I'm gonna have to eventually pick up the pace on this because we're gonna run into randomizer time. Anyway, let's move on to the Yankees.
Oh my God, are they loaded?
So their highest rated player, I don't really know if the game treats all 99s the same, or if like in terms of like top to bottom, that's the 99s in that order. Do you know what I mean, Yuke?
Yeah.
I don't know what the case is there, but anyways, at the top is Phil Gossage, closing pitcher. His velocity's a little slow, but overall, the stats are insane. Yeah, let's look at his potential, because I feel like if any position gets big snubbed, it's going to be the relief pitching, and then maybe the starting pitching as well. What do you feel?
Probably the relief pitching big time.
Yeah, and then again, he's kind of overshadowed by the next guy on this list. Who,
I think that's one of my strategies.
He's overshadowed by the next guy on this list, who is almost better in every category, Mariano Rivera. He can't field, but it doesn't really matter. He's 99 clutch.
Bullpen, though? You have Gossage and then Rivera?
Yeah, I don't think anybody would do that as a draft strategy, but he's.
I would not. I know what I'm doing.
Mariano is 99 overall, so he is probably the best reliever in the game, and he will be the best reliever, and he's 26 years old, 99 potential. And then we move on to like the greatest player of all time in Babe Ruth.
My grandpa saw Babe Ruth at Old Yankee Stadium.
Damn.
Pretty cool.
So we got Babe Ruth. Here he is. He's as good a hitter overall as Barry Bonds. Vision's kind of low, and that is a bit of a.
What's his speed?
Of a downside.
That's a little too fast for him.
Speed's 18. He can field, and his arm in right field, he's gonna gun guys. He's gonna gun guys down. I don't think I think a lot of people in KTL are really sabermetric minded, and I think that's what's going to put guys like Willie Mays over guys like Babe Ruth, just because of the fact that Ruth isn't fast, Ruth isn't the best fielder, but again, he's also probably the best hitter you're going to find. And if you need he can't play first base, but he can play anywhere in the outfield, so he's more versatile than Williams or Yaz. And here's Lou Gehrig. Lou Gehrig has better fielding metrics, better vision, better power, better speed, and all around than Babe Ruth. He also was known for giving people Lou Gehrig's disease when he had sex with them. It's a little rough. Someone commented. Clutch. We should make two-way Ruth. I don't know. That'd be tough to do. And they don't have him there. So Lou Gehrig. And here's A-Rod. A-Rod, his contact kind of is mediocre, actually. Like, he really is middle-of-the-road contact. Power's ridiculous. Fielding's okay. Speed's okay. I don't see him going in the early half of the first round. I don't even know if I see him going in the middle of the first round. What do you think?
I don't know. I feel like it'd be middle.
Yeah.
Middle rounds.
So.
That's actually wrong, by the way. He was born in Florida, I think, not New York.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, Yogi Berra.
Yogi Berra. He's a 98 overall. What's up? Yeah, I'll take care of it. So Yogi Berra, he's a 98 overall. Affected by morale, not affected by morale. Overall, really good catcher. Again, comparable to Piazza and Fisk, but he's not as good as Fisk or Piazza, I would say. I definitely, unless the team really needs a catcher in the second round, he's definitely a guy who could just go undrafted.
That would suck.
I mean, it would suck, but I definitely see this guy mid-late second round, or just not being drafted at all. And that's unfortunate. I gotta ask about Mickey Mantle. And Mickey Mantle, don't let this fool you. He's a 99 overall, and he's one of the best in the game. He is affected by morale because of something in the Yankee situation that's irrelevant because I'm in the franchise mode right now. And he's a 99 overall. He hit all hitting stats over 99. Vision's a little low. Discipline and clutch are very high. And then he's a really good fielder. Speed's high. So Mickey Mantle, he offers a lot of value. And I think he could end up being a mid-late first round pick, just because there's so many great outfielders. We're going to move on to the next team. Rays have nothing of note, so we're not going to do them at all, because no one will be drafted from that team. Jays have nothing of note except for Roy Halladay, who, if someone wants to pay tribute, may draft him, but he's a 92 overall, so I doubt it. 90 overall. So we move on. And again,
That's Roy Halladay.
Not much of note for the White Sox. They have Hoyt Wilhelm.
I've never heard of him in my life.
Hoyt Wilhelm, he has really great stamina for a relief pitcher. And he can... And everything's above 99 in terms of HK, BB, home run, clutch, all that stuff. So he's a chopper reliever, but he's also a really soft thrower. I wouldn't draft him if I was anybody. But he's a 99, and he's 42 years old. He'll be lowered to 26, and I assume he's automatically an A pot. No, so he's a 92 pot. I don't think Hoyt Wilhelm will be drafted because of that. And I wouldn't recommend it. So we got two guys to go over on the Indians, as I am Indian. We got Napola Joy. Really great contact, really great everything, except for the fact that he really doesn't have any power. He's a second baseman / first baseman. Power really hurts him because there's so many guys in this draft that have contact and power and then everything else that I don't feel like someone's going to be looking for a guy with 39, 44 power.
Yeah, because, we moved to that power sabermetrics.
And a 92 pot, so I don't think there's any incentive to draft him. And then he's kind of a light version of his buddy on the team, Tris Speaker, who has 97, 95 contact, and then 68, 61 power, and then he's all around good, and his fielding is really excellent. His speed and stealing is very excellent, and his vision's great, and his clutch is great. Tris Speaker, if people don't think about guys like this, I don't know how long ago Tris Speaker played. Apparently he played in the early part of the 20th century, so I don't know who's gonna go for him, but he's solid. Ty Cobb, he's a center fielder here, and he is 99 total contact. His hitting stats are insane, except he doesn't have a lot of power. His fielding is really great. I think he's one of the lower end of the outfielders, though, because of his lack of power, and KTL power is a lot of value. And just the sheer looking at the home run stat, if you can get it, you can get it. And if you got power, it's a lot of value. I don't think Ty Cobb is going to be drafted in the first round, but I don't know. He definitely could be. Alkaline. I don't. This is one of the really looking like one of the best players in the draft. If you're seeing what I'm seeing, Yuke. Um, he has
That's interesting.
He has some of the best fielding stats in the game, and he's some of the best hitting stats in the game. Except nothing really jumps because it's all so balanced. He's a right fielder slash first baseman, and that's that for the Tigers. George Brett is the only person of note on the Royals. 99, 99, 90, 84, contact, power. He's a third baseman and a first baseman. I don't think a lot of people are going to be looking for corner infield, but he could slip to the mid or late second round, and surely could get drafted. But I wouldn't guarantee his draft.
I really feel outfielders are going to be in high demand.
Yeah.
Infielders.
Walter Johnson. He's a starting pitcher. 99 overall. He has great velo. He's big and he pitches well. He could definitely get drafted. Joe Mauer is balanced, but he isn't insane at anything, and his power's kind of low. And I feel like he's gonna get overlooked by Piazza and by Fisk. So I don't think he'll get drafted. Angels have nothing of note. They have Mike Trout isn't draftable, and no one's above 95. The Athletics are stacked. The Athletics are one of the winningest teams of all time, and their team is really good. So we got Lefty Grove. One second, I need to sip a drink. I think a guy to look at here, though, is Ricky Henderson. Ricky Henderson has amazing contact, but what he really jumps out is the fact that he's a fielding, just fiend, and then his speed stealing is insane. This is one of the fastest guys in KTL. He will be one of the fastest guys in KTL, and if he gets passed by certain teams, other teams are going to pick him up. He's 99 overall all around. Eckersley, closing pitcher, but he's one of the best around. But he's not above 99 in anything, and I feel like there are better relievers. We already saw Mariano Rivera. Eckersley should not be picked over Mariano Rivera. Jimmy Fox, great hitting stats. He's definitely one of the better hitters in the draft, but he's a first baseman, and people aren't going to be looking for first baseman. He can secondarily play catching in third base, which could add value for sure. Corner, infield, and maybe catcher. But again, if you're going to draft if you want someone to play catcher, you're going to go get a catcher, and you're going to probably get Piazza or Fisk. And then Ken Griffey Jr., he kind of gets a rough shake in this roster. He's a 95 overall, with morale to a 97. He's all around great, but he's just not high enough, and it kind of feels odd because he's either going to be the Mr. Irrelevant and be drafted maybe last or the end of the second round, or just straight up not get drafted at all because of the way this roster is. We got Pudge, Ivan Rodriguez, top 5 catcher in the draft. Catchers are very valuable when they can just rake like this. Power's a little low. He can't run. Vision is awful, and I think that the worst thing about Pudge is going to be his vision, which is going to just affect the hitting entirely. But again, he's probably the best fielding catcher in the draft. So if you take that and you balance it with everything, probably an early second rounder, maybe a late first rounder, but he should be drafted. Um, we move on. Astros have Billy Wagner as a relief pitcher, and they have Nolan Ryan, but Nolan Ryan is a 94.
That sucks.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate. And Bagwell is a 94. No, I don't think anyone on the Astros would get drafted. Actually, Billy Wagner's a 99 with some stats above 90. So teams looking for a relief pitcher. Billy Wagner could definitely be drafted at some point if a team really needs relief pitching. Hank Aaron, this is a guy you like. Just, I mean, it's name recognition because Hank Aaron, he's one of the best of all time. Everything in the hitting stats above 90. Power is 99.99. So he's not as good as hitting at hitting as Barry Bonds or Babe Ruth, but he's also better at fielding, and he's faster, and he has really decent speed. Vision, discipline, and clutch in the 80s, they're high. And then we got Greg Maddux, who is a starting pitcher. His stamina is 91, so he can go long. He can field. He has a really good glove for a pitcher. And let's check his pot. 98 pot. So Maddux, if someone wants a starting pitcher, Greg Maddux, look out for him. Straight up. Eddie Matthews. He's really good. He isn't as great of a hitter as Hank Aaron, but he has better clutch and better discipline, I think. If someone wants a corner infielder, this is probably the cream of the crop here. I don't know who's going to be looking for a corner infielder because it's just not the big position, but he is better than Nolan Arenado. He's better than Manny Machado. Any corner infielder you would draft would be better than any corner infielder in the game right now. And then there's some very good starting pitchers in the Braves organization. As we look through, they're all comparable in stats, and they're all 99. So pitching has a surplus, which is going to end up meaning a lot of great 99 pitchers could just get undrafted overall. And that would be unfortunate. Marlins have no one of note.
Miguel Cabrera or no?
No. There's no Miggy on this roster.
Gary Sheffield was good in his day, but
yeah.
Like 99.
Gary Carter is a catcher for the Washington Nationals.
Damn, I think he should be with the Mets.
That's
controversial.
And so
He was a beast with the Expos, but
he's really good. I mean, Gary Carter is a...
He was a great Met.
Yeah, Gary Carter is a... Oop, we got an echo going. My bad. Gary Carter is a really great catcher. This is one of the best catchers in the draft, I think. Don't you think, Uke?
Definitely.
But we're gonna move on to probably the best catcher in the draft. Maybe not. Best hitting catcher in the draft. Mike Piazza here.
Tom Seaver. That'd be a good pick.
Mike Piazza, look at the 93, 93, 94, 95 contact, power. That's a machine, and he's clutch, and he has great vision. His fielding leaves a little bit to be desired, and I don't think he's as good as Carlton Fisk, but he's like a pure hitting catcher, and he's really good. I think he should be drafted in the late first round, maybe the end of the second round, but we'll see. Okay, so we move on to Tom Seaver. Tom Seaver's a 97 overall. In a little bit to be desired, actually. He doesn't have much over 90 in the pitching metrics, as you can see here. You on the stream, or no?
Yeah.
How many viewers we got? 4? That's nice. So, Phillies. Phillies have
Oh, fuck those assholes.
Grover Alexander. Really good pitcher. But pitching has a surplus, like I mentioned, which I feel like lesser known guys could just get totally overlooked. And this could be one of those cases. Mike Schmidt. He's one of the best of all time. Everything's over 90 in the hitting department, but a lot of things that don't jump out. And again, corner infielders, I think they're going to have a lower value. I don't see Mike Schmidt getting drafted in the first round. At third base. The Cubs don't have a lot in terms of amazing guys, but Lee Smith is one of the better relievers in the game, and he's a 99 overall. He's one of the few guys that's actually going to have their age raised. But everything in the pitching department is over 90, and his stamina is really good for a closing pitcher. We got Johnny Bench.
Johnny Bench, another great catcher, man.
This is, I think, I haven't even mentioned his name, but his contact's a little low, but he is the best fielding catcher in baseball, and he's going to be the best fielding catcher in KTL. And his wins above replacement, he's going to add so much value to your team. He can power hit, and 99 fielding, 99 arm strength, 99 arm accuracy, 98 reaction, 98 blocking. So this is a guy, he can play corner infield too if you need him to, and he's not, so he can go anywhere on like that end of the field, and he should be an early first rounder, mid first rounder at the latest, and if he slips past that, someone's gonna snag him, because that's Johnny Bench. Joe Morgan, decent, but doesn't jump out at you, and he's again a middle infielder, but not a shortstop. So second basemen are going to have lower value. I see him maybe middle second round. Brewers have no one. And then we get to the Pittsburgh Pirates. Honus Wagner. He has really great contact numbers, but not amazing. And then the power's And then he's kind of clutch, but his vision's bad. So the entire batting end of it isn't outstanding. But he's a really... Yeah, what's up?
I'm gonna go for a sec, because I have to listen to this thing, so...
Okay, go ahead.
I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, okay. Any questions from like the people watching the vid right now? I know we got 3 viewers. Honus Wagner, he's really great. Move on to Roberto Clemente. Roberto Clemente, he's a 98 overall, actually, not a 99, and I think that should be noted. But he's also one of the greatest ever, and his contact's great. His clutch, he's very clutch. His vision's a little low, though. He's a fielding machine. And I think that's gonna be... He could go in the first round for sure. Ugh. And I think we've almost come full circle here as I look for the last few guys to do. Roger Ormsby. Second base, he can play the entire infield, which is going to add a lot of value. His power's not amazing, but this is a second baseman. I think he could, if your team needs a second baseman, he could be a first rounder for sure. Stan Musial, I don't know. All around amazing, but nothing jumps out. And with so many great guys that I think it's going to get diluted. And, you know, teams are going to not know who to draft, who to pick. And there's better options. Albert Pujols, I hear he's going to be put in even though he's an Angel. Some of the best hitting stats in the game. But he could not be drafted because he can't field. I I don't really see people drafting a DH. His speed is 0. There's just so many different guys who actually have speed that I wouldn't draft him. I don't know who's going to take him. So, Randy Johnson, a starting pitcher, great stamina. They actually have his velocity at 77. That's horrible for Randy Johnson. Interesting. And then that's it. So we've come full circle. Oh no, we got Trevor Hoffman. Really great reliever. If you want to draft him, you definitely can. I think that's it. If anybody has any questions, let me know, and I'll comment on it. Otherwise, I gotta get ready for the randomizer, and I'll see you.